I contemplated whether or not I was going to put this video for Friday Favorites or for Book Review Monday. So I guess we'll just find that out as soon as I'm posting this. Anyway, so welcome to my channel. Obviously I read romance novels and I've read a lot. And I have, and you know, honestly, like when anyone is reading any book, you know, images come up in their minds as they continue to read through their book. And you know, you can't help but wonder if the book that you're reading would be a really good movie. So that's what this list is all about. These are the 5 books that I wish would be turning into movies. Passion Flicks, actually, it does any of these, I'd be happy. So that would be awesome. There are going to be multiple parts to this list because, as all of you know, I read a lot of romance novels. I have a ton in my head that would actually make really good movies. Or really good Passion Flicks films. But anyway. So as of right now, I'm working on the next list. Just so you know. So there are a tiny bit of spoilers. I just want to give a quick warning to that. I'll have all the links to these books down below if you're interested. Some of them are also part of Kindle Unlimited. For those who don't know what Kindle Unlimited is, that is when it's a service that allows you to rent up to 10 books at a time, or 10 Kindle books at a time, and return them at any time that you want for a monthly price of $9.99 a month. It's a great deal, and I'll link the video that I go into a little bit more detailed description of that in the card and down below for you. So let's just go ahead and get into this list. It's gonna be fun. So, first book I want this to turn into a film is Taking Chances by Molly McAdams. This book would make a heartbreaking movie. It really would. I don't want to sound dramatic or anything, but it's going to sound dramatic anyway. This book destroyed me. I'm pretty sure that this book has destroyed anyone who has read a Molly McAdams book. And I know she is not afraid to take risks with her characters, especially her main characters. There's a lot of authors who do that as well, but this is this is a risk that I did not see coming, and I can only imagine how that one scene in that book would be turned into a movie. I mean, I'm pretty sure all of us would have tears just running down from our eyes down to our cheeks onto onto our clothes, like it snot running out of our noses. I don't really know, but like it would destroy us. If you read the book, you know what I'm talking about. That scene made me cry. I literally threw my Kindle on the bed and I couldn't pick it up again for like a day. Then I finished the book and cried even more, and it was just like, oh gosh, this is breaking my heart. So the blurb to that one is, her first year away is turning out to be near perfect, but one weekend of giving into heated passion will change everything. 18-year-old Harper has grown up under her career Marine father's thumb. Ready to live life her own way and experience things she's only heard of from the jarheads in her father's unit, she's on her way to college at San Diego State University. She finds herself being torn in two as she quickly falls in love with Brandon, who becomes her boyfriend, and her roommate's brother, Chase. Covered in tattoos, known for fighting in the underground and ridiculously muscled, they're exactly what she was always warned to stay away from, but just what she needs. I hope one day this book is made into a movie. Second book that would be a really good movie is The Invitation by Vi Keeland, or Keeland. I'm always I don't know if I'm mispronouncing her last name or anything. I just say Keeland, but for some reason I said Kylan just now. I'm sorry. Vi Keeland. Anyway, this book made me laugh a few times. The beginning of the book had a few moments where it reminded me of Wedding Crashers. I was thrilled to buy this book, and plus I recognized the guy on the cover. Made me want to give it even more. So thanks, Nick Bateman. Thank you. So the blurb for this book goes: the first time I met Hudson Rothschild was at a wedding. I received an unexpected invitation to one of the swankiest venues in the city. Hudson was a groomsman and quite possibly the most gorgeous man I'd ever laid eyes on. He asked me to dance, and our chemistry was off the charts. I knew it wasn't a good idea to get involved with him considering the wedding I was at. But our connection was intense and I was having a great time. Though the fun came to a screeching halt when Hudson figured out I wasn't who I said I was. You see, that unexpected invitation I had received, well, it hadn't actually been addressed to me. It was sent to my ex-roommate, who'd bounce a check for 2 months, for 2 months' rent, and moved out in the middle of the night. I figured she owed me an expensive night out, but I guess technically I was crashing the wedding. Once caught, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. As I bolted for the door, I might have plucked a few bottles of expensive champagne off the tables as I passed, all while the gorgeous, angry groomsman was hot on my tail. Outside, I jumped into a taxi. My heart ricocheted against my ribs as we drove down the block, but at least I'd escaped unscathed. Or so I thought, until I realized I'd left my cell phone behind at the table. Take one guess who found it? This is the crazy story of how Hudson Rothschild and I met. But trust me, it's only the tip of the iceberg. So judging by that synopsis alone, you can tell how this will go. Like, there would be a lot of funny and awkward moments, which would make a good movie. Usually romance movies have those types of elements into it. I mean, I can see this as a good romance drama comedy flick. I can see that. The third book is the Girl Talk series by Jessica Prince. Now, I have done a full review of the whole series of Girl Talk by Jessica Prince before, and I will link that below. This whole series should either be a TV show or just a movie. But I think that, and to be honest, I think it would make a good TV show. You know, because the first book, Seducing Lola, I can see as a romance comedy, like, for sure. You know, you feel bad for Lola when she just walks into class doors, especially in front of her coworkers and in front of Grace and Lockhart. Like, I can see that happening along with Lola and Grace's first meeting in a line at a coffee shop while she's on the phone with her mom, and she's just talking a little too explicit to her mom, and Grayson overhears. That, to me, that first meeting was actually really cute, and I can see that in my head. I just would love to see it on the big screen. So, anyway, the synopsis for that, even though if I have reviewed this book before, I'll read the synopsis for just the first one. It says, I've had my fair share of bad relationships. I've dated liars, cheaters, shoe fetishists, and everything in between. Sure, these experiences would make any woman cynical when it comes to dipping her toe back into the dating pool. But I used my past for good and made a career out of helping other women and avoid going down the same paths I had. And I was damn good at it. Until a random act of fate set my life on a course I'd been avoiding for years and put me in the crosshairs of a man that made me feel things I swore to never feel again. Now I'm in his sights, and it seems like he'll stop at nothing to seduce the hell out of me. He might hold my career in the palm of his hand. But if Grayson Lockhart thinks he can blackmail me into submission with his sexy voice and sexy hands and sexy everything, then he's probably right. This would be a good movie. Psst, Passionlex, jump on it. The fourth book I'd love to see as a movie is Shadows by Kristen Proby. If anyone has watched any of my other video reviews or has followed me on my Facebook page, you know how much I love Kristen Proby's books. Super addictive. This is a romance splashed with witches, murder, and ghosts set in New Orleans. So here's the blurb. I am never alone, not even when I am alone. I see the unquiet dead, the souls that wander through the French Quarter. They can't move on, and I can't stop seeing them. I wear malachite. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Don't know if I am. For protection, and I control what I let in. It's the only way to stay sane. Everything changes the day Cassian Winslow joins my ghost walking tour and knocks my world off its axis with green eyes, the color of the stone around my neck. An unspeakable evil is loose in New Orleans, taking young women and leaving a bloodbath in his wake. More shadows lurking for me, more unhappy dead. There might be a way to stop it. Open up myself to Cassian. If I do, it could spell his death, but if I don't, it's mine. And I can see all the special effects, green screens, etc., done in this movie, or done for this book to turn into a movie. Like, it would be a good one, to be honest. This next book that I'll mention, it's titled as Acheron by Sherrilyn, Kenyon. Now, I donated this book, and I hope whoever got it is enjoying it as much as I had. Like, this book had so many twists and turns. It begins with 11,000 years ago and went to present day, all focusing on this one character's life, Acheron. This guy's past is so hard to read, but once you do start to read it, it's hard to put it down. So the synopsis for Acheron goes, 11,000 years ago, a god was born, cursed into the body of a human. Acheron endured a lifetime of hatred. His human death unleashed an unspeakable horror that almost destroyed the earth. Brought back against his will, he became the sole defender of mankind. Only it was never that simple. For centuries, he has fought for our survival and hidden the past he never once revealed. Now his survival and ours hinges on the very woman who threatens him. Old enemies reawaken and unite to kill them both. War has never been deadlier or more fun. Now this would make an excellent movie. Like, the book is filled with just adventure, romance, horrific scenes, fight scenes, fighting for what you believe in, like, etc. I feel like it has it all. Now I know I said I had 5, but I had to sneak at least one of them in here. I had to sneak one more. And that is The Perfect Game by J. Sterling. Like, there are a lot of books out there that she has written that would make great movies. I feel like this series would make a good TV show. So the blurb goes for that as, he's a game changer. He's a game she never intended to play, and she's the game changer he never knew he needed. The Perfect Game tells the story of college juniors Cassie Andrews and Jack Carter. When Cassie meets when Cassie meets rising baseball hopeful Jack, she is determined to steer clear of him and his typical cocky attitude. But Jack has other things on his mind, like getting Cassie to give him the time of day. They're both damaged, filled with mistrust, and guarded before they find one another and themselves in this emotional journey about love and forgiveness. Strap yourselves for a ride that will not only break your heart, but put it back together. Sometimes life gets ugly before it gets beautiful. J. Sterling took a couple of writing risks in this book too. And I swear she's amazing. Her characters just go through a roller coaster of a journey together and separately. It's a REC book. A REC stands for riveting, entertaining, and captivating. But guys, this is it for part 1 of this list. As I'm filming this, I'm also writing a new list out for for this sort of topic in particular. So this is actually end of part 1. I hope all of you are having a great week, and I will see you in the